that's it. It's like, no.
About every parent becomes the police in the lives of their kids.
Posing is not like me, I will just come direct like you guys do and open one ring. And
So
guy, never reach me will marry me.
that's like you popping question.
There was a communication, something happened. So there's something like accidental
I'm
pregnancy.
working more than 12 hours because I'm going to wake earlier than him to take care of the children.
Do you know you are naturally, supernaturally built that way? Do you know? Do you know? God has divinely made you like that.
Hello. Now, to all of you that have been sharing so much, spilling the beans, giving us information we didn't ask from you. How markets? My name is Melanie Shola, and this is my way of welcoming you to the lounge. Now, I know it's been a long time that I've been here. I know. I miss the lounge too. And I miss the ladies of the lounge.
We miss you too.
Right?
We miss you so much.
Oh, you know what? Take your 5. Great job you guys have been doing. And we have a first-time guest on the show. Okiki. Should I say it in full? Yeah, you can. Okiki Oluwa. Okiki Jesu.
Interesting.
Nice to have you, Okiki.
Thank you very much.
And let's say we are equally happy to baptize you into the family. It was like this for Apampam Olani when we first brought him, and then we brought him again, and then Apampam became a co-host.
A part of us, like a family. It's not a guru.
It's not a guru. In fact, to the extent that when we are being bashed left, right, and center, Apampam also receives his own
fair share of
the bashing.
So I should expect to be bashed.
Well, it's now part of the rule of engagement on social media, particularly on Instagram. And I'm wondering what we ever did to our Instagram lovers that make them come for us on that particular topic.
Man, Melanie, they dragged us by the hair. No, they pulled me and Margaret like this. I was like, what happened? They did not even drag Tiger Generator like this.
I felt it, Moyi. I was in church on the Lord's Day. When I received my colleague's message, Monyolu Olajide, stating, Melanie, have you checked? And then I said to Faye, okay, it's just one of those things. And then she said, what should I do with these things? And I'm like, we leave it. And of course, if this was not just a gimmick, but equally a business strategy, we're asking, is it the same for our new crop and not so new crop of content creators on social media that have taken to the Suspect Challenge recently to start to share what we consider, I personally consider sharing too much. Our topic today is content creation frenzy, Suspect Challenge, and the era of oversharing. Again, you're welcome to the lounge. Now, I'm going to need a lot of, in Yoruba, ekpomoto for this conversation. So
I think I need it too.
Okay. Okiki. We're happy to have you join us on this drinking challenge. Ours is a drinking challenge.
Thank you.
Now, when my legs are crossed, let's get this started. There are several trending videos, right? And the most popular of them would be Vicky James and Femi Atere. They're a couple. And there is equally another, which is Odogu and Aisha. They're equally a couple. Now, there are those who are not couples, friends, colleagues, and whatnot. But there is equally the Nos Mirage, Ashmuzi, and 3 other content creators who came together on the Suspect Challenge. But for starters, I'd like to know what the Suspect Challenge is, where it emanated, and what it was intended to be used for. What we seem to have heard recently are things like, be grateful that I don't like head. Suspect that likes to get head but doesn't like to give head back. In the context of sexual relations, that is where the head is. For those who may be wondering what head, if you're non-Gen Z like me. Now, things we have heard is suspect has done several surgeries, but the hip is still falling. Suspect has a covenant with poverty. Wow. Suspect has hustled so hard, but is still poor. Oh, wow. Suspect only manages to send 20,000 naira to his mommy.
Suspect has done abortions.
Suspect
does not have a man.
Suspect wears condom, but still becomes pregnant every time. Wow. Suspect that thinks his 2 children are his. Wow. And then I say to myself, where do we draw the curtain? Is there a line? Is there a limit? When you know, I'd like to start with you. Okay. And I want you to give us context on what this suspect challenge of a thing is and why we should continue to accommodate all of these things.
You know, I would start by saying that challenge will be the end of Nigerians. Trust me.
Let me pray. May challenge not be the end of Nigerians.
There are some points in life that some prayers not work because you can see the future from now.
Because the people said suspects that prays in tongues every time and God doesn't answer our prayer.
Can you imagine? Really, I feel like this suspect challenge started from US. I don't know which country exactly, but the white people. And it started off as something really interesting. I was interested in watching it. Like, it was fun. It was about you maybe revealing something about your partner that maybe they don't know or you never got to tell them. Something fun, something interesting. And in the context of it, the person might know, but maybe you've just not said it.
Or you've been denying it.
Or exactly, and you just said it and everybody laughs it off. But then it came to Nigeria. And you know anything that enter our country, they will scatter it. No, they will just scatter it. That's it. And it came down here, it started well. Until we started seeing people carrying it, taking it to the extreme. Like, I mean, why do you always try to bastardize the real meaning of every single challenge? And this is not the first time this thing is happening in Nigeria. Some challenges like that has happened, has come like,
challenge,
over and over again, and you just turn it into something else. And people begin to like lose the real meaning of the challenge.
Yes.
Now, this suspect challenge is supposed to be you telling your partner about something that is fun, but privacy is privacy. You shouldn't take away the fact that you need to respect the other person's privacy. You do not expose everything, all in the name of content creation, all in the name of you want to have enough likes, you want to make enough money online,
exactly.
and all of that.
It's the money,
for the monetization, it doesn't make sense to me. And yet, that brings me to the one of Vicky James. You know, Vicky, I do not know where Vicky stands, honestly. Are you a Christian or are you not a Christian?
Thank you, Moyi.
Well,
I'll take it away from you. I know you have quite a lot to say, but you know, our mother in Israel, Vicky James, may as well never respond. And
So
that's
my
one thing
question,
about her I absolutely love. Okay, I know a friend of mine who would call me 2 hours from there abroad over my stand on Vicky James. And I'm hoping that today, maybe she loves me for spilling some of the things I'm about to spill. However, it's not about her. But Okiki, when you hinted at similarly saying things we don't even want to know. And I'd really like to ask with you, start with you by asking, is there really something like oversharing? Or is it all just done in the spirit of fun? Should we okay it and move on? Are we the ones with the problem?
Yeah, I believe there is something as oversharing. And the reason I'll say that is, looking at it, wherever you stand, morally or anywhere, or personally as a Christian, I didn't want to bring this up before, but I asked for your permission to bring this up. As a Christian, listening to that video from Vicky James and her husband, I felt this is really bad. I felt this is too extreme. And the reason is that I don't really know about her. I heard about her from fellow Christians. So she's like a role model to other Christians. So if, let's say, I am not a Christian, maybe I can find that okay. But as a Christian, I felt this is really, like, it's really bad. That's the only word I can use to qualify it. And this particular trend started out as like, let's say from the US. And it's just like a way of exposing someone, but also bringing them together with laughs. So you're exposing them. It's just like revealing a secret, but like innocent secrets. Not like, for example, the ones I saw from the US. Trends like suspect has been trying to grow a beard for 2 years, but he has 2 hair. That's like a wife teasing her husband.
Yes.
Right.
It's not like he doesn't know.
Exactly.
She's just saying
It's
it.
an open secret.
Exactly.
So it's not as if you are sharing things that are like are damnable, things that could actually, you know, wreck someone.
For example, now we know that Mrs. Atere doesn't get a head from her husband. Well, she covers it well by saying, just thank God that I don't like it. But now we know also that Mr. Atere likes head. When I heard that, as a big fan of Vicky James, I felt like, why do I need this information?
You need it.
We have sexual relations in our relationships. And why should we come outside and say this is how we do it, this is how we don't do it?
You know, Vicky has put her family so much. She's trying to prove a point. I said this before, and I think you have a contrary opinion.
Yes.
But I still stand by it. She's trying to prove a point to people. Right,
What
that she could
point should that
have
be?
the perfect marriage. She has the perfect marriage. She has the perfect man. She has the money and
But she's
everything.
always been in our faces even before our marriage, Moyin. That was the point.
Melanie, it took a different turn when she got married.
Okay.
I don't want to even go back there. Let us just move on from there. But this particular one,
But the
I feel
marriage
like Vicky is trying.
It's still too early to prove that you have a perfect marriage.
That is
Those
what
of
she's
us who have been
doing.
married for almost 10
That
years,
is that,
no.
that is really literally what she's doing. That she has the perfect marriage. She has everything that everybody will always dream to want. And that's why she's bringing it out that, oh, her husband loves head, but he does not like she's trying to tell you what it is to be married. Maybe she's trying to pepper with that we are single, so we don't know what we have done for them. But anyways, I have refused to be peppered. It's true.
Well, you say the truth. With your full chest, and let the devil be ashamed. Vicky is doing a good job. I see it. Don't be envious. Hey, baby. Pele, mind ya.
So,
Okay.
I see two ways about it. Okay, let's say the reason why I can't categorically state that it escalated in Nigeria, but the ones that I've seen that are extreme are from Nigeria.
What does it escalate in Nigeria? Really? Nothing. Absolutely.
So I feel one of the reasons why we might be seeing things like this going extreme and oversharing is because skit making in Nigeria is like it's a job. So it's not a hobby like we have it over there. Some people actually feed their families.
No. I think they also get paid over there. Do they not?
They get paid, but they will not take it as also like Nigeria has taken it. This is their daily bread.
But what are the options you give Nigerian youth? Where are the jobs, Moyi?
So is it at
You are one of the few who has a good job. You get your salary every month. No, and I'm being serious.
Yeah.
In an economy like this, as we found ourselves, particularly in over a year period ago. So the hustle, as they say, the pressure has got worse.
Yeah.
So with this worse pressure, how do we tell content creators to draw the curtain? Not just for the purpose of offending our sensibilities, but equally for the danger of oversharing. You were beginning to speak to a few things before the show started. Like, are their children not going to grow up to see some of these things?
Exactly.
So what literally are the dangers of oversharing? I'll go from you, Okiki, to Moi.
Well, one thing that you will see from this is that irrespective of whatsoever take we have, irrespective of how we feel about this, there are people who think it's fine. There are people that actually think that this is actually showing that they love each other, so they can be open to each other. So there is a segment of fans that are like, wow, we love this version. I saw a comment that said this is even better than watching Netflix. I want to see more of our family and all that. So
Streaming Vicky James and the Atara family.
Yeah,
no
it
matter
looks like a reality show.
I know, baby.
so no matter how you categorize, this is oversharing. It's based on your own point of view.
It's relative.
Exactly.
What is oversharing
What you
to
think
me?
oversharing to you
It's
is
still
not oversharing to somebody else. So they can say, we are married now, so what's your business? We want to share our marriage. So I don't think we can stand somewhere and just give them content creators, these are the rules. This is where you can stop. This is the benchmark. Don't pass this level. This is where you stop. This, you can't share more than this. I don't think you can tell them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'll pick it up from where it stopped. You cannot tell people where to stop, what to do and what not to do. Everybody has freedom to do whatever they want to do. It's the social media, right? But then, I think we've had this conversation before of Gen Zs. I think Gen Zs and social media, putting their parent up and all of that, or calling out their family, bringing out private things online. But I feel like morals is very important.
But who defines the ambit of morality?
See, Melanie, while I was growing up, I would still say there are some things that I just know that I cannot do. I can't put my family on the spot because I want to create content. I cannot expose myself to the internet. Never forgets things.
Absolutely.
Never does. So you should know that morality comes in. Whatever you're doing, there should be a limit. Nobody has to tell you that this is where you draw the line. But if you're sensible enough and you're responsible, you respect people that are in your life, you respect your family members, because your family members are obviously online. They are saying all of those things.
Truth be told.
So you need to like respect all of those people. My people will see this. So how am I representing my family out there? People are going to say something about it. There's a lot about where I'm coming from. You don't throw away all of those morals. You respect it. And now when it comes to husband and wife, you respect your husband.
Moral help.
Moral help a lot of people. Because by the time marriages begin to crumble, we will not be here. To know what person is going
to come and discuss
yes, exactly. Let me not say it, but we'll be here to talk about it. But then you'll be the one going through all of the pains.
But I do not think this is enough to actually crumble any marriage.
Do you think?
Yes, I think.
So what about the couple that said suspect things is
Odogu and Aisha? And then Odogu begins by saying, Okiki, that suspect that came to my house the first time
and I had sex with her.
Ashawo. He started by calling her Ashawo. And then Aisha ended the challenge, the video they put out. And I have a question. Did they edit it at all?
That's the thing about this challenge.
Anyways,
they actually, I think they edited it.
So
I think they edited it. So why did you still put it out? Because I mean, if I was editing this kind of content, common sense is just going to be telling me that no, this is not for public consumption. No, I cannot. Why do they need to know? Anyways, Aisha ended her own by saying, suspect that thinks his two children are his. And I said, wait, Sapma, any way? Is this playing? What kind of playing is this? Because in the name of, it's just a play. It's just the frenzy.
For content.
It's just a content. And, well, maybe here I'll bring culture a little bit. From the little I know, there is how in-laws are happy that you're making their names big. Let me put that in parentheses. For example, the name Ishola is not mine. It's my husband's, right? But now, my name is Melanie Ishola, and I say that everywhere. It also means that I inherited that name by virtue of marriage, and I also owe a responsibility, right, to helping to advance the cause of that name. Understanding that the labor of our heroes past, the previous Mrs. Isholas of this world and the previous Mr. Isholas of this world, if you get what I'm saying. And then you see how a family does everything to honor the sanctity of the names. And then you now see a situation where people would, for example, Vicky James and Femi Atere. It's an inter-tribal marriage where people originally would say things like, may God help Vicky. Of course, she's out there doing well. You could argue better than her husband. And then comes the bringing him into content. For me, up until this last content, I had no problem. I was a fan. I'm still a fan. I'd go out there and people would bully and I'll say, you guys, except you guys become their problem. They have no problem. However, not to the extent to which you now tell us and the girls now know that Mr. Atere likes. And the guys can now come for Minister Vicky James and say, since your husband doesn't give you,
we can do it well.
We can do it to the extent you will praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
You're gonna get to cloud.
You're gonna.
And Femi is a fine boy. Femi is a fine man.
But I said all of that to be able to say, how do you place other people in your life when you go out to share such things? Do you simply say to them to help them? Do you say it doesn't matter what? Because I know what I cannot do with the name that I have. I know what responsibility I live up to. I know that anybody is putting me under any pressure. But I know that there are children who are inheriting this name. They've always said to me since I was a child, less is more. And I am asking at this table, is less still more? Or can we just spill it off? Okay, what more have you not told me that you need to share at this table?
Like just speaking from what you said last, less is
got more. Anything to say about the head? From your own personality?
Even before it got to that part, it was already escalating.
Yes.
By saying
from snoring
like a frog, that's straight up, that's an insult. Saying whenever she uses the toilet, he uses the toilet.
Oh, that was
that gross. I'm like,
that was gross.
So if this was a live thing where they brought them up on a stage, they roast each other, then I would understand.
That you didn't think about
exactly.
it. Yes.
This was a video that was carefully edited and you placed it very well and then you posted it, which means you were talking about morals. The thing is, I feel two ways about it. One, I feel when it comes to social media and skit making, you always want to top what you've done the last time. Yes. So that's why you can see skits are getting much more worse, much more brazen, much more. They are now
also much more better in terms of maybe quality.
Yes.
Visual quality. Or
exactly.
So,
yeah.
you know, there are some sexual content that attract people more. So there are people that started out without doing all these things. Now they are doing them now because they believe it attracts more people. So I just believe that more people feel like, let me do more of these things to be able to get this particular audience. So whether you like it or not, Vicky James, she has an Instagram account, Twitter, whatever account she has, she's a skit maker. So wherever profession she has,
she's a fashion designer.
No, she has come out. No, she has come out to update her bio. She's a skit content creator.
So,
content creator.
Yes.
Yeah. Even Ronaldo is a footballer. He's also a
content creator. Are you not?
Exactly.
Are you not?
I am.
Moya, I see you dance all the time. Your TikTok has no
you.
Your TikTok has no
you cannot be on social media and have an account. You also want to be like, maybe one day I will tweet something that will blow up.
Yeah, so and then I can monetize what I've always done.
Everyone is doing. And secondly, Mora, I feel who you are as a person will find a way to show up on social media.
Now, I have an aspect of this conversation that I think we quickly should go to.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want you to go to the Ashmuzi, Nusmiraj, and the other people.
Yeah.
Everything said in that video, I sort of have problems
with it.
And my question is this: do the people these things are said to, do they believe them? If they believe them, what is the impact of these words on them? Or do words not have impact again? Like the person you told has a covenant with poverty or something like that. I'm not quoting verbatim now, please. Or the person you told prays and God never answers their prayers. These are deep things to share.
You know, when they do videos like that, or when you have friends gather like that and you are talking, it might feel like a joke. Everybody's laughing it off. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it to... But deep down in the heart of the person that you said that thing to, it has planted a seed. When you go back, you will think about it. I made a video one time, like on my socials, and I said, I wrote out things that people have said to me that they didn't know that would hurt me. In fact, I laughed it off. But later, it really affected me. It affected my self-esteem a lot. Until I decided to like shake it off and be like, know what, this does not define me. But now, all of these things that you've said to these people, they might laugh over it. It's for the trend now. Don't take it to heart now. Calm down. Like the one that I think she said she has bad luck. Like everything she does doesn't go right. She's a bad luck. And the girl, I saw it in her face and she was like, stop it. I don't like it. Like I felt the emotion of that girl.
There was that particular girl who didn't think it was funny.
Exactly. She's what I'm talking about. Yes. I saw it in her that she was like, why are you saying this about me? And they might make her feel like, calm down now. It's not up to that now. Then she will go home. But do you know the seed that thing has planted in her? She might not react now, but it will ruin that friendship in the future. And it won't ruin her if care is not taken. If she doesn't know how to manage her emotions, it will definitely ruin her. Now that brings me to the one that says I don't even have business with the Nurse Mirage and the what is her name Mashmushi. Then them know what they do. This person did hips. Everybody knows that she did hips. So why you come tell us that she has done surgery 4 times? She has done nose. This one uses condom, yet gets pregnant. Make it make sense. And now for the guy that is there, well, they don't know whether now it's a guy, it's a girl, it's a mix something.
Say your point. Go straight to the point.
I have a problem with it. But then he was there and they were saying something like suspect has been hustling and still sends his mother 20,000 naira. He is in the midst of girls that make millions of naira. If he's your friend, why would he still be struggling with 20,000 naira?
Big point.
Why?
And why would you come and rub it off
in his face?
What did you ever do to help him elevate from his 20,000 naira?
Like, make it make sense. Now, the guy might laugh it off because it was on screen.
I don't even know why he was.
But do you know why?
I had a problem with the fact that he was laughing it off.
That's why I said it's a mixed
no, you can't character like this. You know, who was that popular person who did, is this playing?
DJ okay, Oba Solomon. Yeah.
Is this playing? What kind of playing is this? And I just felt like, why didn't you ever tell your friends, is this playing? Let's stop.
Like, right there and then. See, there's some things I cannot take. That's why I don't have many, like a large circle of friends. I can't take some things. You cannot spill some things in my, like, can't tell me some things all in the name of by sharing.
We all started with large circles of friends until we had common sense to understand that you don't have to stick out with friends that affect your self-esteem, that affect your image, that affect your productivity.
But does it have to take you to this point? You are all grown and you still have this kind of people in your circle. So now what are they doing there?
What are they not doing? Like it or not, they all have nuisance value. And I do not mean this as a bad thing. Nuisance value, as I would put it, would mean, like it or not, Ashmuzi has how many followers?
I think almost 1 million or something, yeah.
Not
same too.
And the other people on there. Several. So now, for the other guys whom you possibly don't know so well, the association is a collaborative one, of which one would carry one. As your audience are opened to me, I also gain audience from you. So like it or not, there is value. And it's not particularly nuisance value as I've put it. It has actual value because then it's helping me to enlarge my network, my net worth. But then the key question, at what expense? Because I asked, it's only in the challenge that we heard these things. What do they say to each other on a daily, often? How do they order communications in their relationships? What do they say? What do they talk about? Do you bring me up when I'm down, or do you rub it in my face that you are still failing? When are you ever making it? Now, I think the one that would hurt me the most are the two other ladies and who seem not to be having fun anymore in that challenge, the video with Ashmuzi. But equally, whilst we're talking about oversharing, to also bring in this aspect of the other oversharing. And I'm speaking particularly to that video of Ashmuzi. There was nothing I didn't say. The nipples and tatas were playing everywhere. The hips and whatnot playing everywhere. And then I started to ask myself, wait, I understand that the frenzy of nakedness is everywhere. And maybe somebody like me is too old to be speaking about people being naked. Maybe it's not called nakedness anymore. Maybe it has a new name. And of course, I assume it's the new normal. But I still cannot pretend that I didn't see what I saw. The same way I cannot pretend that I heard what I heard. And I'm asking myself, including plus the lady that was said to be speaking in tongues, whose entire...
Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you,
exactly. Bless you.
Yeah, bless you. Yeah, I don't have the adjective to qualify. That I could see. And I think for our topic today, we're not just talking about oversharing as per just the suspect challenge and things that were said, but equally oversharing in the real sense of practical oversharing. What qualifies as outside dressing? Because social media is outside. What qualifies as inside dressing? What qualifies as classy, demure? What classifies as Raz? These are questions
we've talked about it over and over again. On this show, we've talked about it. Is modesty still a thing? Like, it is far gone. I keep telling people, you can look classy
without giving away too much.
You may not show a single skin, and yet you speak so much classiness. You are very demure.
The panache.
The way you carry yourself is enough. You don't have to show everything. You don't have to dress half naked. Like, my problem now is...
No, maybe that's why you don't have 1 million followers yet.
I don't need those 1 million followers. Okay. Because I cannot be leading 1 million people to hellfire. It's true. What am I showing you?
Yeah.
And yes, that's what people do to get all the followers. You open your bum, you open your this, and yes, people are just following you blindly.
You're also dancing on TikTok.
Melanie, let's focus on what we're talking about. Let's focus on what we're talking about. But really, when it comes to modesty, I think that people should understand what it means, what you can wear, what you wear inside your room, what you can wear in your compound, what you can wear on the street, what you can show on social media. Know the difference between all of that. Now, people don't even... What is bra? Bra is gone. It's out the window. We don't know what it is anymore.
Not anything gone. I got the shock of my life that even pants are
pants is gone.
Okay, I'm sorry we're bringing you into this.
Oh, sorry, you're shocked.
But we are all consumers. We are all consumers of this content, whether you like them or not. Right? And we have to talk about...
You didn't say you don't know. You see them on the road every day.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So
let the boys. Nakedness online. That one is a different topic entirely, but it's also part of...
It's part of oversharing.
Part of it, yeah.
So at this point, we need a deliverance as a nation, because what I
we need to call all the ministers in the world to gather and baptize Nigeria.
It's like, for example, I don't know, okay, an artist who is already big, you've already made it. I don't see the reason why you still have to be naked in your music video. Or an artist
Mention her name.
Do I have to? I don't
Did you not see Portable's video the other time talking to Auntie
Tiwa Savage?
Yes, but Auntie Tiwa. It was just gonna say, Auntie Tiwa, I want me, Lord Julia. I entering my eyes. I'm like, hey God.
I feel like this notion of sex sales hasn't died yet.
No, it cannot. We can never.
I
Jesus
won't.
It actually does sell.
We have so many means of making money now that I feel people should have actually retired this if you actually want to, because this is not the only means to do anything. Someone as big as Davido, I can mention his name, as big as Davido, I don't think you need to have girls naked behind you when you're. If you do,
but it also shows power.
Here's the thing: if you do a music video, Davido just sitting in a room, there's just black screen, no effect, nothing. You still have millions of views.
If Davido sang just doing tan 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 tan, it will still sell. Have you not asked yourself?
So why are you promoting these things if you don't have like an agenda?
Because that is what people want to see.
Why?
And that's the absolute truth.
That sells.
Are we not overestimating the percentage of people that want to see these things?
See, that is what people want to see.
Look at the guys that are modest.
Who are the modest guys?
What's the ratio? What's the ratio?
Hold on now. Okiki is a journalist here at the Punch.
Okay.
Moyoluwa. There was a story last week or 2 weeks ago that blew over the roof.
Okay.
Equatorial Guinea and Ibonga, what's not?
Yes, yeah.
Banga or whatever.
A banger.
A banga. No, we have to get that name and give him his respect. That's why I'm hustling and struggling to get it right. What happened with our metrics?
Almost exploded.
God bless you. Melanie, let me bring you to the one that Margaret did. Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know that Maud can be enlarged? Like there's a village or there are people that naturally
in a neighboring
enlarge.
country to Nigeria, yes.
That video gained how many views?
Counterpoint. We also have stories that have nothing to do with sex that are as big as those, right?
Yes.
You have videos that are as big as those that don't have to do with sex.
Absolutely.
So maybe we are the one overhyping or overestimating the impact of videos that have sex in them
or sex appeal
that have sex in them. Yes, there is a population for that. There's also a population for modest people.
But
which WhatsApp group do you belong to?
Okay, yeah, let's ask you.
Where
let's answer, please.
Like,
what's the location of your WhatsApp group?
Where do you stand?
It's modesty, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have nothing against modesty.
Yeah.
I believe what we say on the lounge doesn't even sum up everything we're about. People can dig us up, check us out, and understand that it is not a hypocrisy venture, right, to come talking like this on the lounge. And of course, several times I've also played the devil's advocate, not because I just want the likes or the clicks, but because genuinely, again, on some other topics, you just want to have other sides to the entire conversation. But where all of this is concerned and where we're going to be bringing it to a close today, I simply want to talk to the arena of what we do for the next generation. Now, we've said everything. Having said all, what do you think content creation would be in the next 10 years?
It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Trust me, it's going to be worse. From now, you could already see the future. See what they are making children do online. 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. They're already putting them into this life of content creation. So you can only picture that it is going to be worse. But now, to correct all of this, of which I will never say it can be corrected, but if you're going to choose to
deliverance,
if you would choose to be the change that you want to see, it should start from your own children. I think our children will be the next generation.
That's right.
Start with them, train them. Even if you want to be a content creator, there are things you should do. There are some things that you should not do. Just know them naturally. That there are some things that you cannot do. There are some people that you will fear to the point that you be like, if I post this thing, I would disgrace this person. I don't want this person to see it. But maybe for your children, it will work.
But for your children,
exactly.
Maybe not even for anyone. Maybe the generation ahead, but for posterity, for the legacy you want to leave behind. But then, in closing, let me say this before I come to you, Okiki, is to say maybe I should also get home and get Mr. Ishola to let us do this.
Melanie, please share it to me. Share it to me. I will do sponsored ads.
Bad side. Okay, so, what do you have to say to the future of content creation?
Content creation, it's I feel it's going to be a bit disastrous because it's now like filtering into sectors that didn't have these things before. For example, Christian filmmaking.
Yes.
We now have oversharing. Why are you recording your husband while he's in his secret room praying and posting it on social media? you are praying, you are doing your night prayers, and you put on a camera.
Your quiet time.
These
Why is there a camera when you're doing your
exactly? These are things that were sacred.
Who set the camera? You did not know.
Some people are very delusional.
It's like the content creation.
They think we are stupid.
People will now say, how I woke up and I saw this. When I woke up to prepare for my husband,
You stood up from your bed. You set camera.
Who set the camera? Since this is how you woke up. Hey God.
God,
So,
we need to do better, really.
Yeah, so like I said, it's now entering the spaces that shouldn't enter. So I really don't know. But then again, I think also we have countries where the government has intervened largely on things like that, or especially on sexual content that we talked about. The government can actually do something about this. Because there are countries where we call them, they have tyrant leaders. The leadership is all.
But that they don't share it on social media on this in these countries doesn't mean they don't do it or even do worse.
Doesn't matter if you do it. Social media, a content on social media, you risk
Has another life.
you risk the chance of a child seeing that thing.
Or
You're risking that.
entering inappropriate hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when it comes to social media, because the entire nation is seeing it, it can be controlled, it can be regulated. But then again, if you tell our government to regulate something, they will not ban Twitter, they will ban this one. They don't know how to.
Is that one that is
Yeah,
paying
exactly.
you? So federal government, don't ban Twitter, don't ban this one. It's not Twitter, it's X now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, has this not been a very entertaining episode of The Lounge? I ask again, but maybe the icing on the cake, as I did tease the other time, is to get home and set up my cameras and decide to jump on the suspect challenge.
Mr. Bishola.
Oh my bad.
I can be your camera woman.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
mind. I will help
I
you.
trust your husband.
Oh, interesting.
Monigba.
It's really,
It's almost as though you're speaking his mind anyways, because
in a way, I feel like you should.
Why do we want to do this?
Yeah.
In a way, I feel you should just marry a man that is private, a man that knows how to be a man.
But even with
And knows where to draw the line. Knows where to caution your wife. And don't go through
You are
that.
throwing some shades that I will not take. I'm
Marry a man.
I'm Minister Vicky James.
Don't marry a man like man.
what if you are a private man and you marry someone that is not private?
Okay, so what if you marry a content creator, journalist like Melanie?
Melanie is a
Melanie.
very outing person.
Melanie, I've
But
seen
yet, I'm sure you still understand the difference between marriage and your
I've
lifestyle.
seen many of your
Absolutely.
pictures, right?
Yes.
Many of your pictures, right? I dare say I know the faces of all your children. I don't know your husband,
Right.
and you post every day.
Yeah.
I don't know what he looks
I
like.
keep telling Melanie that our WhatsApp status is a reality show. But then you still will not see your husband.
Yes.
You would not.
Because it is called marriage. And I've been almost 10 years at this venture to understand the place of your head, to understand that it's not just a position, it's a title, it's an office you honor.
Exactly.
To understand that there are things you
cannot just do.
Okay, that is where we bring this to a close. For those who are still expecting my suspect challenge, maybe you shall wait until you wait no more. Thank you so much for joining us on the line today. This is super amazing with Monyolua Olajide right here.
Pleasure.
Baby girl, I enjoyed your every vibe on the lounge today. Take it. And Okiki, we did a good job bringing you on, and we hope to have you again and again. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you make draw your own conclusions. And if you will, post your own suspect challenge. We'll be happy to discuss next time. Goodbye.
I'm not going to propose to a guy ever.
And tomorrow,
Where do you live, Henry?
Are you in Lagos?
I want to
Are you in
get
Nigeria?
married.
How will you not
Just
feel
like
attached
you
after
must.
sex?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
About every parent becomes the police
Okay.
in the lives of their kids.
Proposing is not like me. I will just come direct like you guys do and open one ring. And
Okay,
no,
okay.
no.
So-
Guy, never reach me will marry me.
That's like you popping question.
There was a communication, something happened. So there's something like accidental
I'm
pregnancy.
working more than 12 hours because I'm going to wake earlier than him to take care of the children.
Do you know you are naturally, supernaturally built that way?
Yeah,
Do you know?
yeah.
Do you know?
Imagine what
God